having different work routines, and also just some people are working part-time, some people are working full-time. Being able to, if they have a long weekend off, they can just remove the thing from their calendar and that's it. They don't have to go to me to, have to manage it for them. That's just very convenient.
I'm here with Mart Siemerink from SafariBookings, who is the head of support at SafariBookings and has been a long-time customer of YouCanBookMe, and I'm so excited to speak to him. Thank you so much for joining us, Mart. Can you tell us what you do, what your business is, and then also how did you get into it and what's behind it?
So SafariBookings, the name sort of speaks for itself. It's kind of like the booking.com, but for safaris, essentially. It started from one of our founders. He actually came up with the idea when he was trying to book his own safari a very long time ago now, almost 15 years ago now. And there was nothing really like it to really be able to compare safari journeys from actual local tour operators. It wasn't a very transparent market, it seemed. We're trying to find that middle ground between the tour operators trying to do the tours on the ground that are having a hard time getting in contact directly with the clients from abroad. They used to be very dependent on agents that are on the ground here, of course, but now we've basically brought them together. And so that's also the mission of the company. So we're really trying to focus on tour operators of all kinds, mostly obviously safaris in Southern and Eastern Africa. You can find any African wildlife journey and sometimes even cultural tours and other things, but mostly wildlife on the website now. And they're all offered by independent tour operators operating in their country. In those destinations.
When it was started, when you said, there was a lack of this kind of thing, how did this kind of acknowledgement of this need that needed to be filled come about?
So I was not part of the creation, unfortunately, but I joined a few years later. One of the founders thought this was a good idea. They had just finished with a different company and wasn't really looking to start a new business. But then after a year, this gap, he still couldn't find it being filled anywhere. So he thought, okay, let's actually try and make this company, because I think he thought you can help a lot of parties on both sides.
But I have relatives who do safari every year for Christmas, and I've thought, that sounds really cool, but I have no idea how to even go about doing it. So I completely see the need that you've got there.
Yeah.
Tell me what your booking pages do, because at first I thought they might be for customers, but then I think they might also be for your partners in the tour operators. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's actually completely B2B. So we use it specifically as the support team. So as I'm head of support, that's why I've been managing this for a few years now. And so we use it in two different ways. We use it, one, to really specifically talk to operators one-on-one when they have questions, or when we see something is going on with their company profile on our website, and we'd like to invite them to have a meeting with one of the people on our team. But also we have both online and offline group events, webinars or seminars that we invite tour operators to.
What is the thing that kind of keeps you up at night in terms of your business? Like, what are you trying to make sure gets done, or that you worry that won't get done?
So as purely looking at it from the support side, I guess since the start of the pandemic, maybe even a little bit before that, we've really started to focus more on providing proper proactive support to the tour operators. And that's also why we've been using YouCanBookMe way more intensely, because that's the perfect way to actually speak to operators. Emails and text, and it is nice, and obviously we have a very busy email support as well. But for getting a point across, the best thing is a one-on-one video call or a one-on-one actual meeting in real life. The main concern has been all this time to try to get operators to see the value in the things we are trying to explain to them in terms of how our system works.
What drives growth for your company? Like, where are you getting your kind of new customer base from, and things like that? Is it word of mouth? Is it marketing? What do you do?
Well, on the tour operator side, especially in the most popular countries, which is currently Tanzania and Kenya, we don't have to do anything. It's actually so busy with the amount of companies that want to join our website. That's a luxury position. There are also countries in which we would like a bigger presence, which we will actually try to go and visit those local fairs or even the international ones and try to do it that way. We haven't had to do actual really hardcore marketing towards companies online for quite a while. On the client side, it's not my department, but it's mostly traffic from Google and other search engines, of course. And the way we generate that, of course, is by advertising and spending money. But at the same time, a big part of the SafariBookings website is information and all these content pages. We have very high quality content to any park you might want to visit. And that pulls in a lot of customers as well, potential customers. And so in that way, it kind of comes from both organic actual interest and also advertising smartly.
It's fascinating. It's great. But again,
Yeah.
you're right. You like it, if it is an unusual thing for somebody to do, if they've never done it before and they don't know what to expect, that is exactly what you need to do. You need to reassure them and make sure that, we know the answers, we know what's going to happen here. Here's our advice. And you give that away, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. And you do really hit a good point there, especially for African safaris, where it is a little bit more unknown, right? I feel like a lot of people either have never heard of it or are really into it. And it's only now becoming more of this is also a potential holiday destination for a lot of people. And that's because of the accessibility of information.
So in terms of at what point do you give your booking link or the booking link to your customers?
So, well, it differs per type of link that we send to operators. For the onboarding webinar, which is again the most used one, we actually send this as part of our onboarding flow. We send this link to the client or to the operator, which is, I guess, our client, right when they've finished making their account, so that they know, okay, you can join this webinar and get all the information that you need. Then for our one-on-one calls, we just have this link always we permanently have it in our signature, so that whenever we have contact with the tour operator, they know they can also view content other places, but also book a meeting with us if anything is unclear. And then specifically, if we visit events or if we have a specific webinar we would like to promote, then of course we send the link separately at a different time in an email, or we'll post it on our website on our operator admin page. But actually, yeah, most of the links are in a sort of workflow that we give to tour operators, because especially the amount of new tour operators that are joining the website, it's quite many of them. So it's very nice to just be able to add that link there, and then they will join when they join.
Well, you've taken over 8,000 bookings with us, so that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of meetings.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, in terms of the features, you mentioned kind of the different team members and the time zone stuff. What are the features that you appreciate most out of YouCanBookMe?
Yeah, like I said before, because we have such a diverse team, having different work routines, and also just some people are working part-time, some people are working full-time, being able to, if they have a long weekend off, they can just remove the thing from their calendar and that's it. They don't have to go to me to, have to manage it for them. That's just very convenient. And also the automatic reminders. I'm actually not sure how it would go if we didn't send them, because I've never not sent them.
Right.
I'm always afraid to not send them, because I know it can be a problem.
And I have to say, one of my favorite features that you look beautifully is the background image, because my goodness, like it was basically made for your business to have zebras and giraffes all over the place. It's fantastic. The imagery, really beautiful. The next section is the would you rather section. So it's just a few questions to get your mind going. So would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
I would say laptop, but that's because I use a desktop. Otherwise, it would be phone.
I think there's a loophole there. Would you rather get a new customer or double your sales to an existing customer?
Probably double sales to an existing customer.
And why is that?
We do really value the lasting relationships we have with companies, like the really big clients that just joined our website while they were already really big. But we also have had really nice success stories from tour operators that started with, they have one vehicle and a tiny office, and now they're running a team of 20, 30 people.
Nice. And
they've become successful partly because of SafariBookings. And it's really, really nice. And we really like to grow together with those operators. It's and of course the whole thing I just told you about of us having to inform new clients. It's very nice to be able to work and learn together with the existing clients.
So would you rather speak at a huge conference or make a new sale?
I would rather speak at a big conference, I think.
Okay, why is that?
Yeah. I think we have a lot of information to offer to the broader safari industry, but also just to our clients. Obviously, it depends on where the speech will be held, I suppose.
What kind of conference, yeah. And would you rather be known for product quality or customer service? Speaking to the head of customer service.
Ooh. I think customer service is the most important for us, specifically because we operate in such a niche thing. Again, we have so many different cases where we really, you see the whole automation, AI everywhere, and definitely we are also looking at ways we can automate. But I also noticed that there are so many cases where you really need a person on the other side, whether it's us or the tour operator. They really need to speak to someone to help them. And so the system might not be perfect, but then if the customer service makes up for that, I think it's very good.
Excellent. I like that answer. I agree with that 100%.